Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Once again, answering your questions. Things such as, what do I think of Grand Seiko going more upmarket and now charging higher prices? What about the watch market and these crazy prices in general? And what do I think is the best entry-level Patek Philippe, which actually, shockingly, is pretty darn good value. All that and more in today's episode. Now, of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my H. Moser Pioneer in Cosmic Green on a kudu strap. Everybody asks about the strap. The strap is from Moser, so that's where I got it. Nothing custom on this watch. And also, guys, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. We got in a massive stock update. Too many to tell you here, but my three favorites is the brand new, just released and completely sold out Grand Seiko Lake Sua. Gotta be my favorite Grand Seiko dial they've ever made or close to it, and that is for a brand that is known for their amazing dials. So this one is very, very special. We got in a JLC Reverso Tribute, the red version, very rare and hard to find, and a very complicated and beautiful blue dial Panerai Equation of Time. A watch that very much shows off Panerai's watchmaking prowess, but still has their iconic case design. All that and more at delraywatch.com. Link in the description below. And the best place to get a watch if you're bored with all the other similar things every other watch dealer sells. We pride ourselves on carrying the quirky and interesting pieces that collectors really enjoy. Guys, these are your questions that you asked on my Instagram account at Federico Talks Watches. When you see the Q&A picture, feel free to ask a question. It pops up once or twice a month. And if you see me staring down, I'm not being rude, I'm just reading them off. Dave Pernick. Hey Fed, huge fan of your channel. Thank you, brother. What are your thoughts on Grand Seiko increasing prices on new models with the new and improved movements? I always thought Grand Seiko was great in the 5 to 7K range. Do you think they're still worth it at 10K plus? What do I think? I think it's interesting. Yes, new and improved movements, that's one thing, so they're giving you more value. Not to mention, I thought Grand Seiko was underpriced before because they offered so much more than everybody else. And of course, the Seiko stigma attached to it, the fact that they sell lower priced watches. Honestly, horologically speaking, they're worth their new price. They really, really are. They're better than almost anything else in that price range, including, and I know people are going to scold me for always hating, including Rolex. I consider Grand Seiko to be 2 times the watch Rolex has ever made in at least most of their history. I think it's going to hurt their sales, but they're playing the long game. They're intelligent. Price increases over time increase brand perception, and of course, this is a business for Grand Seiko. Would I have preferred to buy them at a cheaper price? Absolutely, but this makes sense and is not out of line, especially in today's market. Joan Velis, a very good friend of the channel. Hey Fed, hope you're doing well, my friend. Everybody knows prices have gone up significantly. The question I had for you is, do you think they'll ever go back down? Joan, I am not an economist, and God knows my predictions on prices haven't always been correct. But what comes up must come down. Current market is totally unsustainable. A lot of people are paying crazy money for watches. There's a lot of money in the economy. This is not a political statement at all. But anything luxury. Cars are expensive. There's supply chain issues, even in the Swiss watch industry. Pre-owned is on fire. No, this will not last. Prices will go down. A lot of people are going to be left holding the bag. 10X Sean, another really good friend of the channel. Hey Fed, what is your next watch purchase that you anticipate being a keeper? Sean, man, you're always asking the hard questions. Honestly, I don't know. I always play around with things I want. It changes daily. I mean, there's constant things I want, things that don't necessarily change, but I don't know if that's going to be the next purchase because I buy things with my heart and when the right opportunity arises. I'd love it to be an enamel dial Breguet Classique. What I widely consider and always say is probably the most beautiful and elegant watch in the world. Oliver Aubin. Hey Fed, big fan of the channel since you were in New York. Thank you, brother. Do you think the new Speedmaster is worth the new price? Keep on the good work. I'm going to mirror this with Grand Seiko, yet a little bit less. Their increase wasn't all that much. The Speedmaster was always massively undervalued in my opinion. An interesting manual wind movement, though cam operated, in an iconic watch. Is it worth, $5,000-$6,000? Well, if a sub is worth 10, then this is worth 5 to 6. Absolutely. It's a shame all these iconic watches are going up, but these brands see the opportunity arise when everything is sold out. If everything is sold out, then obviously the market can bear it. But even without this really hot market, I think this new Speedmaster price, unfortunately, is more than fair. T-Man making moves. Sup, Fed, in your travels, what would you say has been the best culinary experience? T-Man, there's too many to talk about. I mean, Corton in New York was fantastic, along with Le Coucou, but I would say the best culinary city in my experience has been Bangkok. The only place where you can eat with $1.50 on the street and have something delicious, or spend $1,000 and get the highest haute cuisine you can. It's a city that gastronomically offers a ton, and you will never get bored. And I actually feel that way about most of Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, and Japan as well. Fantastic eating over there. Bryce Haggard. Awesome job on the weight loss, brother. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. What is the perfect entry-level Patek Philippe, either vintage or new? I'm not going to give a vintage choice because I don't specialize in vintage, but one of the most classic Calatravas, the Patek, I believe it's the 5119, the manual wind Calatrava, is massively undervalued compared to everything else. Yes, it's 36 millimeter, and that's considered small, but sizes are coming back down. Yes, the bezel is almost seen as 1980s, but Patek even revived this model. And for a watch that's just, around $12,000 to $13,000 roughly pre-owned, I mean, that's a gold Patek Calatrava. You can't do much better than that one, in my opinion. It is an absolute icon. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Really does help. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more content. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.